Hey, good morning. I hope that y'all are doing well. This is the Car Chronicles for this morning. I hope y'all doing well. Once you get on, definitely let me know where you all are tuning in from. Of course, I'm here in St. Louis, Missouri at this present time. Like I said, I'm driving to work this morning, so this is the Car Chronicles. Every morning that I drive to work by myself, usually I'm doing the Car Chronicle, and that's usually about 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, just to let you all know. And it's usually Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Just to let you all know, because the Thursdays and Fridays, me and my partner usually talking about different things in the car. We don't usually have the camera on, of course, talking about different things that's going on in the household or that we're trying to do or whatever. But like I said, I will talk to him about having him on one of those. I guess I put it that way. So with that, like I said, I did pull a video topic for this morning, and it says "Don't settle." And like I said, I had this little Kleenex box that I put all these topics in. Some of them are relationship topics. Some of them are just life topics. Some may have business topics. Some have healing topics. All kind of stuff in there. I guess I put it that way. So, like I said, definitely I will be talking about that this morning. Do not settle. I guess this. Let me put this down there so I can not hold it in my hand while I'm driving. But this is definitely a good topic. I know a lot of times, of course, we all have settled for something in our lives. I guess I put it that way. Whether it's, I'm trying to get this camera right, y'all. Sorry about that. Whether it's for a person, relationship, place, somewhere we're staying, or somewhere that we're working, or someplace, like I said, we've definitely all settled for something, a job, that kind of thing. We've all settled for something in our lives. Regardless as to whether we want to say we haven't, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Everybody has settled for something. But for settling, to me, what that means is, of course, that you're overstaying your welcome, is how it sounds to me and how it feels to me. Like I said, I've done that many a times. I can tell you that I've learned to not do that anymore. I guess I'd say that. But I definitely had to learn that. And like I said, just overstaying your welcome. Sometimes we know that certain people, places, or things should no longer be in our lives, whether you prayed for it or got your answer through some other kind of means, that kind of thing, or you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired and you're wanting something different and you're wanting a change. Sometimes it happens like that, y'all. I know I've gotten sick and tired of being sick and tired many a times in my life. I can tell you that. And like I said, once you get to that point, you definitely want a change and want to do something different. And like I said, then you, in your settling moment, I guess you can say. But like I said, we definitely have a tendency, especially when it comes to relationships, to, of course, settle for ways. Sometimes, I can't say every single time, I don't know your situation. I can only speak for my situations. But sometimes we settle and we stay in that relationship way past its expiration date. I know that because, like I said, I have done that. I'm not sure about you, but I know I have definitely done that. And I had to learn and realize that sometimes, whether people are in our lives for a season and for a reason, whatever it may be. It could be a few months, it could be a few years, it could be a decade. We have no idea until that relationship, until we know that it's over. There's only so much that you can do for a relationship, for trying to work things out. And I've been there, like I said, in my past relationship, the one before I got into this one. We were together 7.5 years, and I knew that relationship was over long, way before that, actually. But I, of course, chose to stay, trying to work through things, trying to see if we can do things, go to counseling or relationship coach, or try to, of course, which we did see relationship coach, I think, for 2 sessions, I believe. But I already had my mind made up, so it really did not matter. But like I said, we definitely had brought his mom into, I guess, the praying for us and that kind of thing. And trying to just give us some more tips on how we can best be in relationship and that kind of thing. But I had to realize that regardless as to what any of the coaches said, any of the people that we knew that tried to come in to, of course, assist and work things out, or just give us some tips about relationships and that kind of thing, not saying that they're wrong, I'm not saying that, but I just had to realize that no matter what they said, if my mind is already made up and I don't see any changes happening at all, which I did not, I had to leave things alone. And yes, like I said, we were together 7.5 years, and I had to end things. It wasn't working out. I was definitely very, very, I can tell you I was unhappy, and trying to, of course, constantly giving excuses for this person, for his behavior and all these types of things, because of course he was a very rude person, I guess I put it that way. On purpose, actually. Going to my family's house, didn't want to speak, or going to a friend's house, didn't even want to speak. But usually you being cordial, knowing how to say hello to people, that kind of thing, when you walk into somebody else's house or party or event or whatever it is. But just sitting down with the grumpy ass look on your face and just being very fucking ignorant. Like I said, I kept making excuses for this person. Oh, well, maybe he was having a bad day. Oh, maybe he was sleepy. I did that for about a few years, actually. I think maybe like 2 years, maybe. And like I said, I had to realize that I could no longer do that. And it wasn't just the unfriendliness, I guess I put it that way, that was on purpose, is because when we got around folks that he was wanting to go around, it was all fine and dandy. So the way I looked at that was that he was trying to control my life, to push folks out of my life for whatever fucking reason it was. And I wasn't having it, I guess I put it that way. So it was constantly an argument, constantly issues going on, I guess I put it that way. And like I said, I kept trying to settle and trying to work things out and trying to make excuses and all this type of thing. Then it was I'm constantly being blamed for cheating, or I guess just cheating, period. I mean, he was very, very insecure. Going back and forth to work. Where do I have time to cheat? Yes, I guess you're going to have what is it called? A husband, a work husband, or whatever. I forgot what it's called. But of course, like I said, that was for years. That was ongoing. I'm just sitting up here like, what in the world is going on? Like I said, I just trying to talk to him about the situation, trying to be nice in the beginning about things, and trying to figure out what's going on and why you don't trust me. It's always negative. It's always this. My ex-wife did this and this. I'm not your fucking ex-wife, for one, like I had to explain to him the last few times. And like I said, I knew I was very unhappy. We get to places on trips, on vacations. It's supposed to be a vacation. We're constantly sitting up here arguing. The first moment we step on the cruise boat, several times we sitting up here arguing. And like I said, I knew I was unhappy because I was not allowed to be the person that I knew that I was inside this relationship. And I know I'm speaking to somebody else out there that needs to hear this morning too. Constantly walking on eggshells, constantly worrying about trying to keep things peaceful and keep things to a point where he don't want to start howling and yelling and have a nasty attitude, look at me like I'm crazy or whatever the case may be. Like I said, I had to realize that I was unhappy in this relationship, and I'd rather be alone than unhappy. And like I said, that's the point that I realized that I could not settle anymore. Yes, it's part of the settling for me. I can't say for you, but it was, of course, trying to work things out when I knew this shit wasn't gonna work. In the back of my mind, I already knew that it was not going to work. Because I never saw any changes. He never wanted to work on himself. He never wanted to tell me what was going on or anything, whatever the case may be. We didn't have any intimate moments like I have now. Of course, we can sit down together, talk about what's going on, share our feelings. Nobody's being shamed or blamed or anything like that. I was shamed and blamed a lot for stuff. Trying to tell her how I feel. Are you crazy? I'm sure it probably was part narcissistic. I don't know, whatever the hell y'all want to say. But to me, that's just a person that has no type of self-awareness. Nobody's a person that has no type of, I can't say communicate. He talked to everybody else, so I can't say communicate. I guess when it came to me, I guess he wanted nobody in my life. But like I said, definitely it was just an issue. And if I can't freely do what I want to do, I mean, I've never been a cheater or anything like that. But I knew that the things that were going on, I could not just keep settling and trying to, of course, work things out, because it was never going to work. And I'm not trying to say I'm thinking the whole negative the whole time, but going through situations like that, if you know the person's not changing and things are not coming together and things are just not working for you all, it probably won't work. The person's not wanting to, of course, talk to you like this partner did with me, not wanting to even express what's going on. After 7.5 years, you can't tell me anything of what's wrong, but you come home with a fucked up face every day, looking like I just discuss you every day, every single day for at least 5 years of that relationship. I don't know if y'all have ever had anybody look at you and talk to you like you disgust them so much and that they hate you or that kind of thing. That's how I felt every fucking day for like at least 5 years. And like I said, I know the kind of person that I am. When I called my aunt and let her know that I ended things with this person and that kind of thing, she was wondering, she asked me, why in the world did you even stay for so long? That's not even the kind of person that we would even want to see you with anyway. We would have never thought you even would have been with this person. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I could have said this a long time ago, but you really would probably made that much of a difference. But like I said, I definitely want to make sure that I worked on things and try to do all I could do, which it was part of my settling in that. Trying to, of course, keep the peace and that kind of thing. Like I said, at some point you have to learn, I had to learn, that it's only so long that you can keep the peace. After so long, it's going to come out in your behavior, in the way, because we, of course, had arguments all the time, every day. And I know this, I grew up in a household like that. I never wanted to be in any relationship where my partner was abusive to me in any kind of way, whether it's verbally, mentally, physically, anything like that. And I got the verbally and I got the mentally and emotionally in this relationship. And I'm like, I knew it wasn't going to work. That was one of the things. I'm feeling sorry for the person. Oh, he didn't have a place to stay. And, oh, can we try to work together and create a household together and this kind of thing. I realized that after we broke up, me feeling sorry for this person, that does not work. I don't know if anybody has ever been there, but I know I have. And there was one mistake that I know that I made that I would never fucking make again. I can tell you that. And I hope, like I said, that this is reaching somebody this morning that needs to hear this. Because I know I'm not the only person who, of course, have felt sorry for somebody because this particular person, this grown boy, did not have a place to stay or was living wherever he was living at or was back and forth in jobs, or you feel sorry, want to try to take care of a person, try to help them change. That does not work. And I know that was my mistake in that relationship. Like I said yesterday, it always takes two to tango. It always does. I had to tell myself those are my truths about that relationship. Like I said, I definitely had to tell myself the truth about that relationship. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, but I created that whole damn thing. And like I said, that was a mistake that I made. I know I would not never make that again. I know if this partner I have now is nothing like that, so I can't say if I'm doing it again. But if we, for some reason, break up and I'm dating somebody again in years from now or something like that, I know what I'm not going to go back on my non-negotiables. And like I said, I know somebody needs to hear this video this morning. So don't settle for whatever you're settling for. Even if it's not a relationship, if it's a job. We know that we're a lot of people are unhappy. I think it was, because I used to talk about videos a few months ago about the Great Resignation and all that kind of thing. I know that people, including myself, have been very unhappy at jobs. I've been working for 22, 21, or how many of years, I don't know. I've been unhappy at all my damn jobs, to be honest. I'm still working right now full time. Yes, I love helping the clients. It's usually not the clients. Well, I have been cursed out by clients. I don't really take that personal. I don't really care about that. I've been cursed out by the teams and all this. I don't care about that. Like I said, I can care less about that. It's always the people that you either work with or your boss that causes you to hate a damn job. It's usually, most times that I've talked to people, it's usually not the clients. It's usually the folk, your coworkers and your supervisory staff or your boss. That's always the issue. Sometimes it could be the client. Some folks may not have the kind of, self-awareness within to know not to take things personally and that kind of thing from clients. But some may not have that. I understand that some are very sensitive. I guess I'll think about that too. But I know some folks are very sensitive and so politically correct that everything, of course, it offends them or this kind of thing. So I guess some people do get upset with the clients. I'm sure that I just don't. So I guess I'm speaking for myself on that one, because I know some folks really do. But like I said, from the folks I've talked to, it hadn't honestly been the clients. It hadn't been the pay. The pay may not have been at what they wanted, that kind of thing, which is okay for some. They'll deal with that. But dealing with people that you have to go to work with that you can tell that hurt people, and they're just doing shit on spite. We know that we, of course, at some point, that you shouldn't be at a job that's treating you like trash every day. The same thing as a romantic relationship or a friendship that you have. You shouldn't have to settle and shouldn't have to stay at a job or a place that's not treating you good. Having a boss that's very micromanaging, or a boss that only cares about money, it could care less how the folks are being helped, or or a boss that's, of course, very inconsiderate of the staff. Don't want to give you holidays and days that you probably should get off. I guess I put it that way, because they don't want to be. They'll be lonely and they'll be at home. All this kind of thing. You can learn people very, very easily. I learn people right away in the first conversation, usually with you. I can tell a lot about you with that one conversation. And like I said, there are just some things that, like I said, I have settled for jobs as well, thinking I wasn't going to find another job that can pay me this or that, or another job where I could be treated fairly, or I was trying to start a business, and of course the money does not come in right away at all for the first, sometimes several years. You're just giving away shit for free usually. Or the information, I guess, with videos or posts or that kind of thing. There's only a few people buying it, so it doesn't mean that you're getting your income right away as soon as you leave your job with the business. Usually it doesn't happen that way. From all the business owners I've talked to, it took between about 3 and 5 years before they started seeing consistent income coming in, where they can, of course, quit their job, where they can, of course, transition just full-time into the business. And like I said, sometimes we do have to settle sometimes for that. But you can always realize that instead of settling, you can always find you another employer. If you still need to pay your bills, unless you have somebody that can pay your bills for you, which a lot of us may not. I don't, but like I said, definitely, or I didn't back in the day. And like I said, I definitely had to maintain that job until I found another one. I guess I put it that way. Sometimes interviewing took about a month or so. It just depends on the job. But like I said, definitely I had to settle for those times. And I had to realize that the disrespectful bosses and outrageous disrespectful bosses just doing all type of things, that I had to realize that whether I talk to them or not every single day, I love my clients to death. Yes, I did. And I definitely want to see them win, as I always do. But I had to realize that at some point, wanting to see them win and my happiness, something had to give. And I eventually left those jobs. Like I said, I definitely settled for a moment. Yes, I had to, because I had to find something else. Can't just up and quit and don't have anything. At least my mind don't think that way. When especially when you don't have any support, didn't have any parents to, of course, provide income, or I didn't have any grandparents to, of course, provide income. Didn't have a spouse or a partner or any kind of thing to provide any kind of income to pay bills while I didn't work. I didn't have that, no siblings, so I had to work. Had no choice. Some people out there may have definitely different situations, and more power to you. Go ahead and take advantage of that. I just didn't have that situation. So like I said, I know that people have to settle at jobs for whatever reason. But you can always find something else. You don't have to settle for that long. I guess I put it that way. That's in any relationship, whether it's job, place, person, whoever it is, you don't have to settle for that long. If you're trying to work things out, which I understand the first time or two, trying to work things out with anyone, I understand that. Trying to see where y'all can come to a happy medium. I'm not saying just say fuck you and leave. I mean, some folks do. But if you want to try to work things out, definitely try to go ahead and do that. And just to, of course, like I said, I don't like to that's just me. Everybody's different. I don't like to burn bridges and go off on folks and F you and leave and all these kind of things. I've never done that. I mean, I do it respectfully. Make sure that I give my 2 weeks and all that type of thing. I've always done that. I'm not just going to curse you out and do all these kind of things. That's not even in my character to do. I wouldn't want somebody in my business to treat me that way when they're leaving. That's what I always think about. I would want an employee who is going to, of course, give me their 2 weeks to be respectful and not try to sabotage my business or go off on me and the employees, and I have to call the police and all these kind of things. I wouldn't want that. So I treat folks how I want to be treated. And like I said, I know some folks just don't. That's up to you. I don't know. But like I said, I just keep that in mind when you're talking about relationships and, of course, leaving jobs, businesses, whatever it is. Leaving relationships, any of those things. Be as respectful and cordial as you can. I know some things may not warrant that sometimes. You may have to go off. I know I went off on some folks. Sometimes you have to. But like I said, definitely do it as much as you can. Being cordial and respectful as much as you can. That's the only thing I can say. I know that's how I do myself, but everybody's different. But like I said, as much as you can. You don't have to bow down to anybody, no. But like I said, definitely be as respectful as you can. But like I said, we don't have to keep settling, y'all. I know, like I said, I'm unhappy with the jobs and that kind of thing. I had to figure out that I had to realize that I could actually start my own business and be successful at it. That was when did I start this coaching business? A few years ago. I, of course, done cake businesses and stuff like that. It didn't go as well as I thought it was going to go, I guess, in this area. Everybody and their mama sell cakes, it seems like, out here. So I know once I do move, I know I probably will that is actually restarting. I'll talk to y'all more about that on Friday. But I'm very excited about that too. But like I said, I know sometimes a business just does not do well sometimes in certain areas. I guess I put it that way, depending on what you're selling. Now, the coaching, that's something different. Of course, it's mostly online, that kind of thing. So, of course, like I said, that's the business I'm talking about. I guess I put it that way. I had to, of course, try to start my own business in order for me to start doing something that I could be happy with. And for those out there who are, of course, trying to be happy in the business and career world, if you want to, of course, start your own business, there's nothing wrong with that in your part-time, especially if you're still working and have to have that job income coming in until you get something different or until your business takes off. Just realize that you can always do that. I've listened to videos on YouTube, figured out, I mean, I knew how to get the business license, all that kind of stuff, but I already knew that because I got it before. But as far as the actual how to run a business, I had to learn that, so I bought all these books to learn. And of course, I listened to YouTube videos, audio books, that kind of thing too. But I bought about 10 books to learn how to do business. The business of selling, marketing, you can always learn skills. If that's something that you're missing, because I didn't have anybody that had a business when I was growing up, except for drug selling. That was honestly it. We didn't have anybody in the family that had property or had a business or was anything working out their house, anything like that, besides, like I said, the drug selling. There were some folks that sold candy or that kind of thing. I wasn't talking about a business like that because that really wasn't a legal business, I guess I put it that way, most times anyway. But like I said, I definitely didn't have that kind of person growing up to ask, so I had to learn myself. You can always learn what you need to learn, even when it comes to relationships. If you're having a partner that's treating you bad, treating you wrong, or you're treating them, they're cheating on you or whatever, because I've had that. I had cheated, a husband that actually cheated on me several times in my marriage. I had to leave him as well. I assumed he thought I was going to stay. I told him before we even got together, if you ever cheated on me, because that I am not tolerant with nobody. I don't care who you are. I know people do change. I don't have time for all that change. I'm sure they do change. He thus far hasn't, but I'm sure people do change. But like I said, I'm not tolerating that at all. No kind of disrespect like that. And like I said, I know that when we start talking about relationships and settling and that kind of thing, you're going to have your non-negotiables. You have to decide what you're going to put up with and what you're not going to put up with. Like I said, that's one thing, a few things: the physical abuse, the emotional abuse, and the like I said, the cheating and stuff like that. Now I've added to my little resume somebody who's not responsible, somebody that can't even communicate to me, I guess I put it that way, and somebody who refuses to even pay a bill in the house. Because I've been that person paying all the bills for years, before this relationship, for a long time. Oh, he didn't have a job, or I don't want to see the electricity get cut off, this kind of thing, so I'm paying all the bills. And like I said, I've been there, done that a few times, actually, well, twice. In my marriage for a few years, and then in the relationship I was in for a few years. Off and on, they pay bills, this kind of thing, but I had to realize I was being used for them a place to stay, which the relationship before this, I created that situation. The marriage, I thought things were going to go fine. After the first year or two, things start going haywire. Because he lost a job. I'm like, okay, you can get another one, but started going haywire. But I talk about that in a whole other video. That's a whole different situation. But like I said, I definitely had to realize that my non-negotiables are my non-negotiables. I don't have the kind of list that most women would have when they go looking for partners. They have to be 6 foot tall. They got to be light skinned, dark skinned, or Caucasian, or whatever race you want them to be. They got to have pretty hair, or a box cut, or dreads, or I don't know, gold teeth. They have to have a nice car, house, money, job. The job, yes. But like I said, that's not even on my list. The most things that's on my list actually speaks to character and integrity. Those are the things that's on my list. I don't care about everything else. Those usually, when a person has good integrity, good character, usually they have the job to follow and the good relationships with others and that kind of thing. Usually, from what I've seen. Can't say it's for everybody, but like I said, definitely, of course, those are the main things that I'm looking at. Because I know the folks that look good, drive nice cars, most of them were the ones I've met. I used to always, men were my best friends back in the day. That's all I hung with. Back when I was growing up until college, I guess. But actually after college, I still hung with guys like that. That's all I had was friends, was guys. And I knew how they acted. I knew how they, of course, moved. I knew them, I guess I put it that way. And I knew those who had the nice cars, nice houses, this and that. A lot of the ones that I knew that I was chatting with or met were actually dogs, were using and abusing women. And did it because they knew that the women would love them and like them because they had nice houses or drove a Lamborghini or whatever the case may have been. And like I said, the settling for those kind of things, because somebody has a nice car, a nice house, and that's all they got. You have to come with more than that for me. The integrity, the honesty, and the character has definitely got to be there. If not, I ain't got time for anything else. I don't care what kind of job you got. I don't care what kind of car you drive, anything else. If those aren't already on point for me, like I said, the partner that I'm with now, those things were on point for me. And of course, nobody's perfect. Everybody has flaws. I know that. So of course, we're working on things together. I'm not perfect either. But we definitely work and help heal each other's wounds and triggers like that. We're definitely good for each other. I guess I can say that. And y'all, I'm actually pulling up to Walmart because I got to go in and get a few things this morning, like I did yesterday. But like I said, I just want to say that you all do not have to settle for any body, person, place, or thing. Just understand that. When I started to realize I didn't have to settle, that's when I started to, of course, gain my self-love and my self-worth of myself. not thinking that I didn't even deserve better, not thinking that I was not even enough to even have anybody else better. Only then did I start changing things. And only then did I start learning that I didn't even have to settle for anybody or any job or anything like that. So like I said, I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. But like I said, definitely y'all have a great day. I hope that this video helps somebody this morning. Definitely leave your comments down below. Of course, like I said, where you're tuning in from. And of course, anything that you may have learned from this video that may have hit home for you. So with that, this is your certified life coach. This is Tonetta Clay. I'm, of course, here to help you. To inspire you to think bigger and to, of course, empower you to become who you are. So I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. And thank you, Michael Allison. I just saw that you tuned in. Thank you for being here this morning. God bless you as well. And like I said, definitely have a great day, y'all. Take care. Have a good one. See y'all tomorrow morning at 7:30 Central Standard Time in the next morning, Morning Car Chronicles. Take care, y'all.